Find me, Jose Monkey.
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. Okay, so many of you probably recognize that the person asking to be found here is Brian Louden. Many of you probably recognize Brian as one of the hosts of the last couple seasons of the TV series Mythbusters. But more recently, Brian is perhaps best known for his TikToks, in which he tends to focus on island living in the Caribbean. And if you're wondering whether that's a big clue, yeah, it kinda is. Let's take a look at the video.
Jose Monkey reads the comments, so don't spoil it this time. Find me, Jose Monkey. Find me. Bonus boat footage. Where'd it go? Oh.
So what can we see? Okay, before I break down the video, I want to talk about the very first thing that Brian said. As the video begins, he asks people not to spoil it in the comments. And that is a reference to a previous attempt to get me to find him. But a lot of people saw that video, and unfortunately some of them revealed the location in the comments before I even had a chance to look for it. By the way, as a general rule, I try to avoid reading the comments on people's videos for exactly this reason, but sometimes it's hard to avoid, especially when the people reveal the location and then tag me in that comment. Anyway, since it got spoiled, Brian posted his own Jose Monkey style video explaining where it was, which I thought was really funny. That previous video was on St. Croix in the US Virgin Islands, and I knew that going into this video. Would I have preferred to not know that coming into this video? Yeah, sure, but I couldn't unknow it, so it is what it is. But I thought this still might be a really fun challenge, because even if this is St. Croix, which I was not sure of, there really aren't a lot of details to tell us exactly where. Okay, so after asking to be found, Brian shows us the surroundings. We've got a beach, a whole bunch of boats, some buoys, some buildings off in the distance, but really nothing too distinctive. It kind of looks like a cove or a bay with the water kind of surrounded on most sides by land. As Brian turns all the way around, we see some of the features on the land here. A few power lines, a small road that runs near the beach, and also this yellow building. At the very end of the video, Brian zooms in on this passing boat, and that's about it. Okay, so I almost wish that Brian had not said anything about the boat, because I got hyper-focused on that, and I spent several minutes staring at it trying to figure out if I could read the name of the boat or anything useful on the side. But I couldn't make out anything, so I gave up on that approach. Now, like I said, it would be silly for me to ignore the fact that Brian's previous video was on St. Croix, so that seemed like a good place to start. I thought maybe I could just look around on the shoreline of St. Croix and see if I could find a spot that seemed to match what I was looking at here. I knew I'd be looking for a bay of some kind, probably with a place where boats docked, and I thought maybe that this piece of land that juts out into the water here might be something I could spot from the satellite view. So guys, I just started scanning around using the satellite view to look at the shoreline to try to find a spot like that. And after several minutes of looking, I found this spot, which looked like it could be the right place. And when I dropped down to the street view, I saw that yellow building. And guys, that was it. You were here, near Altona Lagoon Park, in Christiansted on St. Croix in the US Virgin Islands. I used the street view to confirm the view facing the water, and also that piece of land that sticks out into the water that helped me find this spot. Brian, I think you were standing right about here. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. This time it was in Season 2, Episode 31, in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. That is about 257 miles or 413 kilometers away from the spot. Brian, thanks for being a good sport and sending me a second video after the first one got spoiled. I'm really not certain how I would have gone about finding this place if I didn't have St. Croix as a starting point. But if any of you guys see anything in this video that you think would have led you to that conclusion without the prior knowledge, I would love to hear about it. Guys, if anybody else would like me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.